gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of this morning, the first day of Thailand Halal Assembly 2025 with me, 𝑚𝑯𝑨𝑰𝑳𝑨𝑵𝑫 The second half of this morning, we will be hearing from our keynote speakers. Our keynote speakers are, most of you probably have known him or saw him speaking or heard of him long before because he is the founder of the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University. To be having Halal, the Thailand Halal Assembly for 12 times or 12 years, that's not an easy task. And to be having a science institute that back up the religious certifying body to gain the trust internationally, that's not an easy task. So let's now put your hands together to welcome the Associate Professor Dr. Vinay Dalan, the founder and the advisor of the director of the Halal Institute, Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University. He will be delivering a keynote speech on infrastructure development of the world's first Halal Science Institution on the progressing of green halal research and innovation. Good to see you, Dr. Vinay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So happy to be here together with our old friends. This is like a family. Yeah, we have been working closely together for a long time. This is my homework. Yeah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala alfin nabiyyin wal mursalin wa ala alihi 𝑗𝑚𝑗. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I was asked to give some presentation for very short period. It's about the how. I travel a lot, more than 60 countries around the world. Many times, several people ask me, how you establish the Halal Science Center, Halal Science Institution, and recognized as the first Halal Science institution in the world in non-Muslim country like Thailand. Yeah. Then I think this is very important, and I will give you some experiences of mine to share with all of you here how we establish the institute like this. And one of the most important, how we build up our staff, that finally you can see how they work. Like today, this is their capability that to build up the work like science and technology together with the Sharia here in the country for non-Muslim. My lecture will be on infrastructure development of the world's first Halal Science Institution, progressing green halal research and innovation. Before coming to the green halal, very important that they must have, the people, they must have very good infrastructure, the foundation under their feet. They must have a very strong, to have a sustainability to work. This is very important. I put this word, I'm the founder, it's okay. I check from, sometime now, we're very advanced. If we like to know ourselves better, go to ChatGPT or Gemini. Then I go to both sides. I check with the ChatGPT, which Dr. Vinay Dalan? What is halal science? Then finally they give all. the relation between the Sharia together with the science, technology, the innovation, the concept. And they mentioned that Dr. Vinay Dalan was the architect of the halal science system. I really love this word. Why? My daughter is architect. Then I'm in her level. Then I boast to her that we are the same level. I'm a chairman of a 𝑚𝑯𝑨𝑻𝑯𝑨𝑤𝑴 Foundation and also the Chulalongkorn University Halal Enterprise, University Prepare Enterprise for us. And finally request from Halal Science Center that we better have a share, had a seat in that enterprise, and then finally we join. Yeah. And for me, I've been in the directorship for 22 years. This is enough for me. And then our people already available and have a very full capability. And I told to my staff that the success all the time, the success not come from the first person. The success come from the second person. This is the research. Then now we are looking to find the success from our young generation that they work as you may witness today. There I received several award from all over the world. And I will not have so much time. Then please scan QR code and you'll find all of my presentation. What have we done at the Halal Science Center and the Chulalongkorn University for 20 years? But before that, 9 years before that, I'm already established the Halal Science Laboratory. And then 9 years after, then we get the grant from the government to establish the Halal Science Center. Okay, I really have not so much time. This is Halal Science Center, the tree of the Halal Science Center. What we are going toward the green halal. Also the intellectual properties, halal product, everything, halal services, curriculum in the university. This is all we have assigned to work. But before going to that point, research and innovation, and also service and curriculum, we must have very good foundation. This is very important. Then this is the foundation. I spent 20 years, 2 decades to establish this. You see, and this is the way that finally we done for during 20 years. We established the halal industry, the evidence, the verification. You have the evidence, then we must have the verification. This is very important for science and technology. When we say something, it must be able to prove. This is very important. And more importantly, should be recognized and accepted by the public. Then we must have the window to contact to the public. Then this is the perception, the public awareness, the trust. This is the trust for the public. And then this is the international network. You are all today. This is our activity. This is one of the fundamental of the Halal Science Center that we established at the beginning. Yeah. This is the way You see, what is the key challenges? First, more than 20 years ago, no existing halal signed institution. How we establish? The second, limited Muslim science tech personnel in Thailand. You know, I worked for more than 10 years alone. Then finally we can, gather Muslim scientists to come. Why we need Muslim? Because according to Al-Quran, we have to build up the witness for our ulama, in order to protect our ulama. Because finally they go to judge. This is halal, that is not halal. They were very dangerous. Then we have to build up and try to find a personnel to work with them, to protect them, to embrace them. This is very important. Then the fourth, the need to function scientifically while cooperating smoothly with the theological bodies. Very important. We have in the different field between the people in the university, in the academic field, and have to work with the theological field. We have a different perception how to collaborate. This is very important. Yeah. And we have to how we maintain the support from the government. At the beginning, we received only from the government 3 years of budget, 3 years only, and then finish. And I all the time to bargain with the government that we cannot. This is very important for the country and also for the industry. We better have a longer period. 30 years ago, and finally, now we still receive, and now we have the very rigid budget from the university and from the government. This is very important. But it's very difficult to struggle for that. And important, we extend the temporary budgeting period, sustainability and growth, academic excellence. They will accept from the communities, attracting talent and collaboration. We must have a good capability in order to attract the good people from outside. The good people from outside. And very important, that about the scholarship culture. Scholarship culture, we have to build up scholarship culture and groom up the personnel working with us in the Halal Research Center, and they continue them to study in the field. And finally, we have 7 PhD staff. This is very important. Then I think now we already to fly international recognition. How? First, we creating world first halal science technical innovation. Very difficult. When we set up the ISO, the first ISO, we spent 10 years. To finally ISO office accept, because there is no parameter to use for the benchmark for us, because it's never available in other places. We spent 10 years, and then many people work so hard with us. Physical and organization, infrastructure, scientific and technology institution. Then I will give you how, very short. Okay, this is finally, before establishing the Halal Science Center here in 2003, I already worked for more than 10 years. I work for Muslim consumer protection. I have a small lab, work closely with the Sheikh Al-Islam office for proving about the halalness in the product that finally asked for the certification from the Sheikh Al-Islam office at that time. You see, until this year, the problem about the adulteration of some chemical in Indonesia, that they found that they have a some porcine enzyme. And this is a very good start for us because finally the public realized that the science and technology back up the halal accreditation really important. And we start from that. And then discuss with the government, and finally we got the grant, 3-year grant for sponsorship of the establishment of the Halal Science Laboratory in Chulalongkorn University. We start from that. And then the first 3 years, very difficult. But the second 3 years, more difficult. The other 3 years, very difficult. Very difficult. But finally we survived for more than 2 decades. And now university promises to maintain for the for the budget, for the long-term budget for the Halal Science Center. You see, the scientists working with me during the establishing of the Halal Science Center at the beginning, no Muslim. And Dr. Pornpimol Muhammad, she came to work with us during at the beginning. And finally she left for continue her study in Mahidol. You know, how many people work with us, come and go? More than 300. You see, a lot of people come because there's no position in the office. You know, we have only salary, no promotion, and so on, very difficult. And finally, now, you see, this is the profit that finally the Thailand received from the establishment of the Halal Science Center. After establishing of the Halal Science Center, the value of the halal export to foreign countries increased 24.69 times from 247 million US dollar to 6.1 billion. This is benefit to have the halal science technology. Yeah, and finally we also have other 3 cabinet resolution to request to Halal Science Center to establish something called Thailand Diamond Halal blockchain. And finally, Saudi Arabia and UAE finally accept to have agreement with the Halal Science Center. This is also the cabinet resolution in the year 2023. Okay, we never claim that we are the first halal science institution in the world. This is because of the Prime Minister of Malaysia award us in the year 2006 and announced that this was the Halal Science Center, the first one ever in the world, in KL, Malaysia. You see, then I went there to receive award. And also this is the award from Muslim, I was named as the one among 500 most influential Muslim this year, also next year for 17 times consecutively. Some people ask, hey, did you receive also some money? No, zero. But the recognition, a lot. And this is the way that we start. You know, finally we introduced first time the Halal Forensic Laboratory, published in United States and also in Third Paper Journal. And this is the first time that finally we established the Halal number. Halal number. This is work from our staff. You know, they work together and finally established the H number. And also, you see, now we have altogether 40 Muslim scientists. Why we need Muslim, I will give information to you. And this is how we organize to have the physical organization, the budget, the money, the people, the promotion, and so on. We have to deal with the university together with the Ministry of Education. And this is the system, standard, very important. More important is standardization, how to implement standard into practice by non-Muslim. It's very important. And now we already implement the system that we call Halal into 1,172 factories. You see, this is how. And we receive from this work many awards from the government, especially 2 times the Extreme Award from the government. This is very important. How we have to use science and technology. This is the Sharia. You see, in Islam, one has little Yusra. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provide us very easy religion. Then don't make it difficult. Yeah. Then we must work in a very easy way. But how? You need Ya Yuhanna Kulumi Ma Fil Ardi Halal and Tayyiban. We have to eat halal and tayyib food. Halal and tayyib. Halal side is halal and tayyib. Then it means that sign is reflect to tayyib. Right? And this is wala takulu, not say, not confirm. This is with your tongue. With your tongue. To verify. This is halal. Haza halal. Wa haza haraman. This is halal, it's not halal. Because if it's not correct, you are fake to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He will not give to you the success. Some people ask me, what is the key word in Arabic that finally make the halal sign? I said, Yuflihun. If you do that, then Allah Ta'ala will not give you Yuflihun. Yuflihun, success. Yuflihun, reward. Yuflihun is everything. Allah will not give. La Yuflihun. Our work have to cut off la. La means without. We have to cut off la. But how? Then the ulama, they are in dangerous places to judge. This is halal, not halal. We are all here, work for the halal certification, but we have to realize that this is in the dangerous place. Dangerous way. If finally we judge wrongly, then finally we have to accept that mistake. How? وَمَا أَزَلْنَا قَبْلَكَ إِلَّا رِجَالًا Man. Allah already sent a man with knowledge. Nuhi ilayhim, on them. Knowledge. Then try to find that man. فَاسْأَلُوا عَلَى الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Zikri means the people who know well. Both sides, Sharia together with science, technology, we think. We have to find. If we cannot find, build it up. This is the way. Finally, we build up halal scientists. This is the way we work. And it means that the ulama, assisted by halal scientists, we have to prepare scientists to help, to give back success to the ulama. Because they are worthwhile to receive it. But then we have to help them. And for this time, we also need help from AI. Then we have two AI. The first AI, actual implementation by man. AI, actual implementation by man who practice with their head and hand. By man. The second AI, artificial intelligence. Then AI man work closely together with AI machine. This is the way. That's why we call two AI. And work according to Sharia. And in Islam, machine cannot lead human being. Then we have to learn about the AI machine and try to use them as our assistant. This is the way. Then I put all how. This is we set up the lab. A lot of analysis, nearly 200,000. You see, and we have many excellent scientists working with us. You see, they are sitting here. This is all AI man. We have to link with the AI machine, artificial intelligence. This is, then we develop the second AI. Our friend from Philippines, you see your photo here. Yeah, this is more than 10 years ago. We have to construct the network internationally. This is many from many countries, from Turkey, from Pakistan, from Philippines, Indonesia, and so on. Then we also welcome all of the scientists to here. More than 10 scientists from Uzbekistan come. We work together and we ask, what do you want from Thailand? We want to see the sea because there's no sea in Uzbekistan. That's very funny. Then we brought them to Pattaya. We have 4 offices in Bangkok, in Chiang Mai. Dr. Paradon is here. In Nakhon Nayok, we have a farm. And then in Pattani. You see, and we have a MOU signed with Saudi Arabia together with the ICCD, Organization for OIC. Yeah, in Makkah, in the Makkah Forum. This is the way that we have our collaboration. here in the year 2006, we signed with the government of Malaysia. And for me, the time enough. It should be ready to hand over all responsibility to the younger people. This is very important. This is the real, most really important for us. I move out and go to work with the CU Enterprise. We established the CU Halal Enterprise. We have the company and also have the way. We have some cooperation because in the future the budget and also food support from outside is really important. We are not sure that finally the support from the government or even from the outside, from all other agencies still available in the future to come. Then we have to be ready for that. Then I move out. And you see, you are all here to witness the work of our young generation. So happy I do nothing. I do nothing. I just sit and look for their success. This is I have to thank to all of you for giving us very good support. This is how we establish the foundation for the Halal Science Center at Chulalongkorn University. I think this is, should be enough. Thailand.
No, I think we probably have to
in
thank
Thailand
you.
we have AI. We have AI in Thailand. It's the land where two AI merge. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Vinay said that he has to thank us for being here, joining the Thailand Halal Assembly 2025. I would have to say that as a Thai, I am very proud of the Halal Science Center. And I think there are some individuals here who come from the Muslim minority country. I think you understand very well that if you have to explain the concept of halal to a non-Muslim, it's very difficult and it's hard at the beginning of the concept. So taking 20 years, 2 decades plus, in building the Halal Science Center, I think the Halal Science Center is basically your baby. You are the father. So thank you. Thank you very much. And on that note, I'd like to invite the Dr. 𝑃.𝑚𝑣𝑧𝑻, your very own, probably one of the first scientists to join the Halal Science Center, who is now the director of the center, to present token appreciation to the founder of the Halal Science Center. And I have to say that the certification, the token appreciation is incomparable to what Dr. Vinay has done for us. Thank you. And I'm proud. I'm proud of you. Thank you so much. I think giving you 15 minutes to talk about how you developed the Halal Science Center doesn't do any justice because it took you 20-something years to build the center. So that's a bit of a recap. Next, I'd like to have our next keynote speaker, Dr. 𝑃.𝑚𝑣𝑧𝑻, the director of the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, to deliver keynote speech on science-driven approach to the sustainable green halal ecosystem.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I would like to present in the topic of science-driven approach to the sustainable green halal ecosystem. Okay. This slide shows that my content that I will talk today, the first topic is global challenge and climate change, and how human activity and climate change changing our world. And the second topic is from climate impact to the global requirement, why food, health, and sustainability are now important worldwide. And the next topic, I will show you about the meaning of green and meaning of green halal concept. And the next one is I will explain about the HSC or Halal Science Center innovation that support green practice across the Halal system. And finally, the goal of our goal is the sustainable green halal, building trust, efficiency, and global competitiveness. This slide shows the root cause of the climate change, the human activities, industrial that use a lot of energy, air pollution, deforestation, wastewater discharge, and unmanaged waste. That's all produce the greenhouse gas. These gas build up that cannot escape into the space and stay in our atmospheres. Then as a result, the earth become warmer and leading to climate change and many global impacts. And how climate change affects our world in multiple dimensions. The first, global warming and melting ice. When the temperature increases, it causes polar ice and glacier to melt, and leading the rising sea level and increase the coastal flooding. For the natural disaster, today flood and storm happen more often and more severe. This directly affects to the people's life, infrastructures, and economy. For the ecosystem and biodiversity, climate change reduces crop growth and agricultural productivity. That many animals lost their habitat and food source. For the finally, health impact. Higher temperature, smoke, and air pollution increase respiratory disease, heat-related illness, and long-term risk, chronic disease or cancer. Climate change is no longer only environmental concern. It affects food security, public health, and economical stability. And now, many countries and global markets are changing their expectation, and they expect not only halal compliance, but also science responsibility, transparency, and sustainability throughout the supply chain. When I talk about the meaning of green, I do not mean only agriculture. In the context, green refers to the principle of responsibility. In the Quran, use term tayyib mean good, good of life, good to consume, good for health, good for society, good for the environmental, and good for long term. Tayyib and green are distinct concepts, but they align of their shared emphasis on goodness, responsibility, and long-term impact. When we talk, and this slide shows the integration of the three main elements. The first one is Halal principle. Halal principle is operation approach that maintains halal integrity from the raw material to the final products. They ensure the cleanliness, safety, and permissible ingredient, no contamination with haram substance, and transparency in every stage. For the science and technology, the structured system that support clear verification and reliable halal assurance. This conceptual foundation of halal science, including how-Q system, analytical technique, H number, and blockchain, was established by Professor Dr. 𝑉𝑗𝑳𝑧𝑵𝑫. At the Halal Science Center, we build upon the foundation by integrating this system into the green and sustainable way. The third, environmental stewardship. This means responsible resource use, waste, and carbon reduction, and the promotion of sustainable innovation. When these three elements work together, halal integrity, science-based technology, and verification, and environmental responsibility, this is what we call clean halal concept. This slide presents the green halal supply chain from the beginning stage into the final products. At the first stage is green raw material at the farm level. We focus on responsible sourcing, low impact crop, smart farming practice, and use of local ingredients to reduce carbon footprint. For the second stage is green processing at the laboratory and factory level. Here we apply low energy process, biodegradable material choice, and waste reduction through recycling. For the third stage, focus on products, design and formation. Green products are developed using upcycling active, natural ingredients, microplastic-free designs, and avoid harmful chemicals. Together, these three stages show the green halal integration sustainability into the entire supply chain. And next slide, I will focus on the Halal Science Center innovation that bring the green halal concept into practice. This slide shows how green halal start at the farm level. At the Halal Science Center, we use the Halal Smart Farm concept, combine the Halal principle with science and technology. We use the sensor-based water management to the farmer can optimize irrigation using real-time soil, moisture, and environmental data that reducing excessive water waste. And we use the precision fertilizer application that can enable precise nutrition management based on crop and soil data. And we call Green Halal Smart Farm. Green Halal Smart Farm improve the input efficiency without yield loss. And the Halal Science Center has established 5 smart and modern agricultural learning centers in the northern region of Thailand and Nakhon Nayok province. This is investigated by Dr. Paradon Suripong. This is the How Q concept that's investigated by Professor Dr. Vinay Dalan. And now we have elevated How Q into Green How Q, integrate halal assurance with environmental responsibility. And now we can develop Green How Q through digitalization that reduce paper-based documentation, digital form, record, and report, and improve efficiency and data translation, and lower administrative and resource waste. How Q ensure halal, but Green How Q ensure halal and responsibility. For the H number was designed for the halal verification that also support green halal production because they will provide the information of food additive. H number help manufacturer to select the suitable ingredient in the production process. H number enable environmental responsible ingredients select from the very beginning. And this is a greener chemistry by minimizing the use of unnecessary chemical in the production and enhance transparency and trust across the entire supply chain. If everyone would like to know more, if everyone would like to know more about the H number, now we update in the website, online website is h4e.halalthai.com. This is H number. Now we update this website for helpful for manufacturer to select the suitable ingredient at the beginning stage. This is the green by selection. For the laboratory is not green by nature, but is green by verification. We call smart verification. When we accredit with ISO IEC 12075, that makes system greener because building trust to international recognition laboratory standard. They reduce repeat testing or unnecessary chemical use or resource waste. This is the blockchain or Thailand Diamond Halal blockchain that's investigated by Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan. The Halal Science Center developed this blockchain to enhance transparency and trust across the supply chain by integrating with the HALQ system, laboratories, testing, and H number and Najis cleansing record. This is enable to consumer to verify halal status directly and prevent certification forgery, and to promote transparency and ensure traceability. The blockchain is a green because use one trust data source, eliminate duplication data and repeat audit, reduce paper travel time and resource use, and improve efficiency across the supply chain. Next, I would like to show you about the product process. That's product that's investigated with our researcher. This product called anti-acne forming from banana peel extract. This product is green because they use banana peel extract that upcycling active ingredients, reduce organic waste, and reduce greenhouse gas emission. And they use local source, lower carbon footprint, and natural active with no synthetic chemical, and transform waste to value because they use the banana peel. For the film, they use the cellulose. This cellulose is natural material that can biodegradable materials, and they not need the microplastic. Another one product is Hiko Taro. Hiko Taro based snacks is the sustainable taro snack made from GI certified local taro. This taro is green because it's a local material from Thailand. It's GI certified raw material. They use perilla seed extracts. This plant rich in omega-3 and 6 and low environmental input and less water. For warfare globosa, we call kai pam in Thai name. This plant is sustainable alternative protein source. They produce high protein and they use less environmental input. Beyond green ingredient, this innovation also prevents community-based enterprise by creating value from local raw material and involving local producer in the supply chain. Example in the final products is antioxidants lip balm from perilla seeds, pomace extract. They use the perilla seeds, pomace. This is the byproduct of the perilla seeds that rich natural antioxidants. And this product is clean, low impact beauty, clean formulation, and no hazard chemical. This is all of innovation in the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University. This is the final slide. Green Halal is not just a goal, but continued journey driven by trust, efficiency, and global competitiveness. The Halal Science Center has implementation this approach and invite you to move forward together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Dr. �ڀ𝑚𝑃Ｉ𝑚𝑜N for presenting the paper. I'd like to invite the chairman of the Indonesia Halal Lifestyle Center, Dr. Sapta Nirwarda, to present certification for our keynote speaker, please. Thank you very much to both Dr. �ڀ𝑚𝑃I𝑚𝑜N and Dr. Sapta for the keynote speeches and also presenting the token appreciation. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first day of Thailand Halal Assembly 2025. The next session for this morning will be the International Halal Science and Technology Conference of 2025. I will hand over the podium to another MC to handle the event. Thank you very much for having me. สวัสดีค่ะ
My sincere appreciation goes to Ms. 𝑗𝑧𝑵𝑃 for guiding us through such a meaningful opening ceremony and insightful keynote session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. สวัสดีค่ะ Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and welcome once again to Thailand Halal Assembly 2025. It is truly a privilege to be part of this important platform where knowledge, innovation, and the future of the halal industry come together. My name is Sania Kakao, and it is my great pleasure to be your master of ceremonies for this beautiful occasion. Earlier today, we witnessed the auspicious official opening ceremony. Following that, we were privileged to hear an inspiring keynote session under the theme Green Halal Beyond Sustainability. And may I kindly invite all of you to evaluate each session, including the keynote session, by scanning the QR code on the back of your name badge under the document section. Thank you very much. And now, we will proceed to the next segment, which focuses on the academic and knowledge-sharing dimension of this assembly. And please note that the QR code on the back of your name badge provides access to the session materials. This session, which is part of the 18th Halal Science Industry and Business Conference or HASIP, will explore the topic of green, halal, and artificial intelligence shaping a sustainable and smart halal industry. And now, it is my honor to invite the esteemed speakers to the stage. First, may I please invite Professor Dr. Abdulaziz Boraz, Professor, College of Engineering, Qatar University, Qatar, to the stage. A big round of applause, please. And next, may I please invite Professor Rafia Mumtaz, Vice Chancellor, Qatar University, Murray, Pakistan, to the stage. A big round of applause, please. And to share this session, we are honored to be joined by a distinguished academic and leader in the fields of technology, innovation, and halal development. He currently serves as the Assistant Director of the Halal Science Center at Chulalongkorn University and also holds the position of Associate Dean for Research and Innovation at the College of Arts, Media, and Technology at Chiang Mai University. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Assistant Professor Dr. Paradon Suripong. Please proceed, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning for everyone, and our session is very challenged. We have about 30 minutes late, but you have some extra time. Yeah, and we are between you and your wonderful lunch provided by the organizing team. Yeah, I will do my best to catch up everything, and hopefully we have a wonderful lunch on time. Yeah, I'm very happy to have Professor Dr. Abdulaziz Boraz from Qatar University to give the speech on the green digital twin and life cycle intelligence. I think this is very important, and Professor Aziz is the top researcher on the life cycle and intelligence system. He will give you an overview about the system level intelligence and the life cycle thinking and data-driven and the long-term perspective. I will give the time to you, the floor to you for 12 minutes. Is that okay for you? Yes? Okay, otherwise I will have only 3 minutes for my presentation. All right, yeah. Then start from Professor Aziz and then we go for the next presentation. Yes, Professor.
Yes, thank you.
You can sit or you would like to
Yes.
be here? Okay.
I can see now. Hey. Yeah, fantastic, yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Paradon. Yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm honored today to be in front of you, and thank you very much for being here. So, as Dr. Paradon said, so I will talk a little bit about one of the topics on which we are working in our association. So we belong to a non-profit association related to the industry in general and the use of the digital transformation to help the industry and mainly the SMEs. So today I will talk about the notion of sustainability through the digital twins. So why this topic is very important to the industry? It's because we are in a situation today in the industry where the data is everywhere. It's increasing complexity related to the products and the infrastructures. When I say the product, is the physical product, but also the digital one. Because of the digital transformation, we created a lot of data, and this is becoming a challenge for the industry. So we see the digital twins as an enabler, beyond the fact that it mirrors the physical system. It can help in terms of preserving the data and using the data in the right way. Just for those who don't probably know about the digital twins, the father of this concept is someone from our community, from the life cycle community. His name is Michael Greaves from Michigan University, and he is the first one who thought about mirroring the physical systems to try to enhance the system. So the digital twin is just a virtual representation of the physical asset, or a system, or a service, or a city, or as you want. And the idea is that these digital twins are updated in real time and using the historical data. And they can actually solve the issues in a digital way, then we can use that solutions in the physical way. So in our community, so we developed many digital twins. So I put just here some of them that have been presented here in Bangkok last year during the conference, the PLM conference organized by our colleagues here in Bangkok. And you can see that, I'm not sure that if you see very well, but the digital twins, we can use them in digital farming, smart farms, in the industry, in the hospitals, etc. So we can always develop a virtual asset of, or a digital asset of a physical thing, and then solve the issues digitally before the physics. So the idea here is how to use this concept of digital twin, which has a limitation today. So among the limitations of the traditional systems is we focus too much on the real-time monitoring. So we try to create a digital version or a twin of the physical, and then we try only to monitor in real time. There is a huge problem related to the governance and interoperability or alignment between different solutions in the industry. We developed isolated solutions, and then these solutions are not talking to each other. We see the reality today. We focus somehow on the life cycle, but it's very difficult. We create digital twins for the design, for the manufacturing, for the transportation, for the recycling, but it's up to now, we have no solution that tackles the whole life cycle. And of course, there is a very little elements of sustainability integrated in these digital twins. So now if we see the life cycle frameworks that we have been developing since years now, and we are using these systems in the industry. It started with the aeronautics, and we finished now using them in the farming industry. So the halal food and the halal industry is really concerned by this concept. So you can see that we can talk about the life cycle of a product, of an infrastructure, of an organization, of a service, and we have solutions for all of them. So the idea is, how about integrating the digital twins with this framework? So instead of defining only one digital twin to solve one problem, how about thinking about the life cycle of the digital twin itself? So the digital twin, there is a serious need of continuous thinking about the impact on the environment when we are developing the digital twin as digital transformation tool. So we need to think about how this digital twin can help the physical assets to think about the impact of the environment, and how we can align actually the sustainability things to the performance. Because today, the digital twins have been developed mainly from the performance point of view to help the system behaving better. So if you see in blue, actually it's what exists today for the physical systems. You take an aeroplane or a car or as you want. So we know very well how to define the R&D, the design, the manufacturing, the operation, the service, and the recycling. So we know how to do since years now. However, what we don't know how to do is the digital twin life cycle. So from the requirement, so if we map this with the physical, we can do it. We can talk about the requirement for the digital twin, the models, how to collect the data in the manufacturing, how to collect the data when we are using sensors in the operation phase, the service data, recycling data, etc. So here we have to think again about integrating different components in the digital twin. We should not look to the digital twin just as a smart solution to help the physical. We need to think about the simulation, because the digital twin is a simulation first. The data, that's very important because we generate a lot of data. So we have to think about the life cycle of this data, which data we are using in the design, in the manufacturing, things like that. Some data we produce them in the design phase, but we never use them later. So we need to think, we should not just use all the data, we should think about the optimization of the data, the uniqueness of the model, the different models. Because if we think about the life cycle, so we have a model for the design, a model for the manufacturing, a model for the recycling, etc. So we have to think which models we are using in the digital twin, the monitoring, the analytics, etc. And if we see the digital twin in a sustainability vision, and we use the concept of the information system, so we can think about an architecture with different layers. A physical layer with all the assets and the sensors, etc., that you use to collect the information from different phases. A data layer, mainly related to the IoT and all the data sets that you have created. The intelligence layer, using the AI and smart algorithms for the simulation itself. And why not an application layer, where we think seriously about the life cycle and we integrate the different phases of the application. So as we talk about the life cycle, it is very important to focus on the data governance, data quality, life cycle continuity, the ownership, the access rights, and the trustworthiness. The trustworthiness is englobing the privacy, the trust, the security, the safety, etc. So the benefit of such integration is definitely to tackle the idea of integrating the different phases and then to think about the sustainability. So just a small example on which some of our students in the group are working is related to this application. So you can see this is just an Industry 4.0 application. And the idea is, when you see this, most of the works are how to define a digital twin, which enables this system to work properly and to optimize it, to not lose the time, right? So here the idea is not only to make a solution digital to help this physical, but to think about the consumption of the energy in the workshop. So we would like the digital twin to be smart and to propose solutions that do not push the physical system to use too much energy. So here, I don't know if it will work or no. I want to click. Yes. So this is just a kind of replica. It's a digital twin that represents the system that I showed you before. But here it's a replica. It's a small one. And you can see, so I will explain later, but here the AI used behind the digital twin is really, the digital twin is calculating the energy and the consumption of the robots. And he's trying to push the robots to use the best solution that will not push them to use too much energy. So in this, of course, if we can do it, if we are not limited in the time, so we can reduce the energy of the robots, and we can actually, even if the work is a little bit longer. So here it's also a test with obstacles, with etc. And the algorithm behind is really to reduce the energy. So of course we are in real time, etc. So for the students who are really interested in the models behind, here we use 3 kind of AI models. We call this the reinforcement learning. So we try to make the digital twin learning different strategies. One of them is optimization of the work. So if you are really in a hurry and you don't care about the energy, etc., so then you use the first algorithm, the energy-focused one, where you tell the robots that you should make the same work, but you should consume the less energy, and the balanced one, which is half-half, let's say, where you consume less energy, but also you should not lose time. So it depends on the customer, it depends on the situation that we have. So here, the algorithms that we have developed behind are called Daniel, Dual Attention Network-Based Reinforcement Learning. But this is a little bit technical, but these kind of algorithms, so you see them more and more today. And these are just 2 examples to show you that, for example, here one scenario, the first one, where at a certain time, the first robot stopped working. And we have to find a solution in the system to distribute actually the work on the others. And you can see here the blue task is distributed on the robot number 3. And you can see that the duration is longer because actually the algorithm asked the robots to find a solution where the energy is minimized, even if the time is longer. So the task, which is, for example, 1 hour, can make 2 hours there, but we are not sure that the distribution lowers the energy consumption. And the second example is related to adding a new job. And here you can see here the green one. So that job is distributed on different machines because that's the best situation for the energy minimization. So you see here that the digital twin is not just mimicking the physical asset, or he is not just optimizing the work. He is optimizing the work, but considering the energy. You can see here on the left where when we focused on the time, you can see the curve, the green one, so this one. This is because we said to the digital twin, we need to minimize the time. So you can see we started there and it's green, and we are very happy because the time is reduced. However, the other curve is the energy one. So when we reduce the time, then the energy is going up. And the opposite there is when we reduce the energy, so we lose a lot of time making the same operation. So here, it means that we have different possibilities. Now it depends on you and on your case, on your scenario. Either you minimize the time and you are sure that you will lose in terms of energy, or the opposite. So now we have solutions actually to help the industry. We have other works actually currently in the group, mainly people taking care about the socio-technical consideration, because what I said is still mainly technical. So for example, we have groups working on the human-AI collaboration, the cross-stakeholder alignment, etc., etc. So these are things that we still did not solve. The ethical and regulation aspects, it's a huge problem in the digital twin. And so for the students who are interested in making this contest, so you are always welcome to send your digital twins to our colleagues in the working group. So it will be in July. This year it will be, last year it was in Sevilla, the year before in Bangkok, and this year it will be in Italy. So you are welcome to compete if you are developing some digital twins, and mainly if you are looking to the sustainability. As I said, so the conference will be in Italy, and you are very welcome to go there. The challenges now, and I finish here, are exactly as I said. So the scalability and standardization. As you can see, these are first solutions, and they cannot be adopted by all the industries. And if we think about the halal industry, definitely we have some standards to respect, and we have some ways of working to respect. The interoperability issues, again, it's like for the physical assets in the life cycle management, we have a lot of software, we have a lot of solutions, but because of the vendors are pushing to sell their solutions because of this and this, so all the solutions are not talking to each other, and you end up in the same company buying 3 to 4 systems where you can just making interoperability between them. The social sustainability integration and the policy and regulation alignment, we are not there, honestly, so we still really to work on that. So with this, thank you very much, and I stop here to respect the time.
Thank you very much, Professor Abdulaziz Buras. That was a very nice presentation. I will go, not to lose the time, I will go for the second speakers. Professor Rafia Mumtaz. I know her since she's at the National University of Science and Technology, Islamabad in Pakistan. She's the, I would say, the top woman that working on the AI and smart agriculture and smart technology. So I very admire her work. So this is a very good opportunity to listen to her work and catch up what she's doing in her project. Thank you very much. The floor is yours. You want to use that? Okay.
It's not loaded yet. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Pradon, for the introduction. My work is primarily on the IoT and artificial intelligence, and mainly I did most of my work on environmental monitoring, air quality monitoring, water quality monitoring, and then energy harvestation, and also on digital healthcare. So this was quite a new topic for me, but I tried to tailor the talk according to the technology related context. So I will be discussing, the topic is from compliance to innovation, accelerating green technologies in halal ecosystem through IoT and AI, and how these two technologies, they can be quite useful for halal industry. And I will be going through some of the use cases which can be adopted using IoT and AI technology specifically for the halal industry. The topic or the outline of the agenda is that what will be the green halal economy and how AI and IoT technology can be integrated. Then we'll go through some of the use cases. So green halal economy is mainly based on 3 main pillars. One is the environmental stewardship, which is primarily relating to the optimized use of, or the ethical or the responsible use of environmental resources or natural resources. And this is an idea which is deeply rooted in Islamic principle as well. Other important things are the halal compliance, ensuring that how ethically, safely, and permissible practice they are being adopted in every step of production, manufacturing, and then delivering the product to the consumer. And the last important thing is the digital transformation or the integration of technology, for example, maybe using the IoT or the AI to make it more advanced, to monitor the things in real time and adopt the latest technology for the betterment of this main industry that we are discussing at the moment. Now, the halal market has grown into a multi-trillion dollar, as we all are aware of it, and now it has become a global industry, and it is spanning over food, over pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, logistics, and other services as well. So this expansion obviously comes when climate volatility is placing at an unprecedented pressure on food system and also the supply chain. There is water scarcity. We also know that the crop yields, they are also declining due to pressure on the climatic conditions. And obviously there are also the rising energy cost as well, which obviously threaten the stability of the halal based production system worldwide. Now the thing is that meanwhile these consumers, especially the young generations, they are demanding stronger sustainability commitments and full transparency about the product origin and ethical practices. So this convergence of market growth and environmental risks and evolving consumer expectations, they makes the case very clear. So the halal industry must adopt the technologies that ensure integrity, that ensure efficiency and sustainability. Now, what would be the IoT architecture in this case? So at the field level, we will be deploying multiple sensors to monitor the livestock as well as the field. And that is very important. And for that purpose, we can be utilizing the temperature, humidity, pH sensor, VOC detectors. We can use RFC or NFC tags for traceability purposes. We can use wearable devices on animals for their welfare, for detecting early diseases. So these are the important things that we need to take into mind when we are discussing the first layer or the physical layer of the IoT. And we must understand that these sensors, they can actually provide you the first line of defense in maintaining the halal integrity. And they also enable immediate alerts when contamination or welfare issues or there is any deviation in the process. Now, the second layer of IoT is based on the connectivity. So here we need to decide that which communication technology best suits us, whether you want to go with the NORA IoT, NB IoT, or we want to stick to Wi-Fi. That totally depends on our requirement. But obviously, a cost-effective solution is that we should be adopting the LoRaWAN because it is long range and as well as it is providing you the long distance communication. Also, Wi-Fi is something which is power hungry and obviously would be requiring more energy and cost as well. At this tier also we can be using the edge computing as well, because edge computing is something which can provide us the filtering analysis and also some inferences at the base level or fundamental level without involving the cloud or any Wi-Fi technology. So this immediate action when is important to monitor. For example, when a certain threshold is crossed, for example, if a cold chain breach is detected, or when a hygiene parameter, for example, falls out outside the acceptable halal limits. So resilience and security is actually at the core of this layer. Now, at the final tier, we have to obviously transform the raw data into some meaningful insights. So here we can be utilizing the big data analysis or machine learning algorithms to get a deeper insight into different patterns, into hidden correlations. And then also these technologies, they can also be used for predictive analysis, for prescriptive analysis as well. And obviously this tier will also going to provide the APIs that can connect halal producer and certifiers, enabling remote audits and continuous verification and also the digital certification processes. So definitely it will going to help in establishing a stronger governor frameworks as well. So the complete IoT workflow moves seamlessly from the field to the gateway, and then from the gateway to the cloud. So sensors, they provide you the real-time data. At the gateway, you can perform certain edge analytics And then obviously at the cloud and layer, we will be performing long-term analysis or dealing with larger data sets. So certifiers, they can access digital logs for remote verification, while consumers, they can engage with transparent labeling and QR-based traceability. And obviously, the blockchain technology can be integrated in order to have a very transparent trail from the production to the point where the product is actually reaching the consumer. So this is one of the use case related to IoT, which is smart halal farming. And in smart halal farming, what we can do, as I explained earlier, that we can make use of different sensors, for example, soil moisture, electrical conductivity. We can make use of weather-related data. We can also make use of camera for real-time monitoring. And these sensors, they can be deployed, for example, at a smaller scale, and upon the success of a pilot project, then they can be scaled to a larger area. Now, implementing smart farming begins with a holistic baseline assessment to understand existing soil conditions. We can have water usage pattern. We can also monitor the animal health status. And obviously, again, the communication technology will be involved to transmit the data from the field to the cloud level or to the edge level, where some analytics can be done and some alerts can be generated. So in a way, we are doing now a real-time monitoring, which was previously in traditional halal industry was done as in the form of a periodic inspections. So the benefits of smart halal farming system could be that they can deliver significant environmental and halal specific benefits. Water usage can be optimized substantially, and animal welfare can be improved through the sensors, because you can detect the diseases early, the symptoms, they can be identified, and then we can reduce the reliance on antibiotics, which definitely going to support the halal health standard as well. Now, another important use case is the manufacturing. In halal, manufacturing depends on obviously strict segregation of hygiene and environmental control. So advanced sensors for airborne particles, for surface swab verification, for CIP monitoring, for vibration analysis and thermal profiling, they actually ensure that facilities, they meet the halal standard at every step. So this enhanced visibility is essential for maintaining the integrity in complex and high throughput environments. Now, it is important that in halal manufacturing implementation and control, we must have zoning control so that there cannot be any cross contamination between the halal and the non-halal areas. There must be automated CIP cycles which can ensure cleanliness processes and triggered precisely when needed and documented in immutable logs. Predictive maintenance system, they can analyze equipment behavior to prevent any leaks, to prevent any breakdown and any hygiene failures. Now, manufacturers who are adopting IoT-enabled halal system, they benefit through cost avoidance by reducing the recalls. They can avoid the contamination risks. They can also avoid non-compliance penalties. So in this way, when they are receiving the real-time data, these are the benefits or the return on investment they can get by the use of this technology. Now, another important use case is the halal logistics. So halal logistic ensures that the products maintain their integrity during the transport. So IoT tools such as GPS trackers, temperature, humidity loggers, temper-evident digital seals, and route optimization engine. They create complete transparency across the supply chain. And the key metrics include, obviously, the cold chain breaches, transit time variants, and also carbon dioxide emissions monitoring. 1 minute, okay. All right, so the entire playbook, or you can say the guide for halal logistics, is that how you can plan the route, how you can do the active monitoring through sensors, and then based on the analysis of that data, how exceptions management can be done, and through blockchain integration, the entire trail can be monitored and with transparency. And obviously, it can definitely help in the shipment verification as well. Okay, if we talk about the AI, then AI architecture will going to include the data that we are actually gathering from the IoT devices. Then there will be ERP systems, certification records, images, and then we can have the supply chain documents. And all of that multimodal data will going to be fed into the machine learning model for a deeper analysis, and deeper insights can be provided from this type of data processing, which can help us to find out any pattern in the deviation of a normal profile or normal processing, or any hidden correlation that can help us to identify the discrepancies. So due to scarcity of time, I will be skipping this slide because these are just the flow which are explaining that you got the data, you have to process that, you have model and analytics, and eventually once you have the analysis on the data, then how you will going to process that, that will be the part of your research and development. Okay, AI for environmental optimization. So environmental optimization is powered by AI, which allows the producers to minimize waste, reduce emissions, and improve resource efficiency. So AI-driven integration, scheduling lowers water consumption. It can also help in maximizing the crop yield. It can also help in predictive energy modeling, ensuring that the factory machinery operates at peak efficiency. It reduces unnecessary electricity. And these are the benefits and the outputs that you get through the integration of this technology. Then another important use case is the supply chain intelligence. So AI-enabled supply chain transforms halal operations by providing predicting visibility to the supplier performance. It can also predict the demand fluctuations, and we can also avoid the disruption risk. So this intelligence help prevent recalls, and this can also avoid the bottlenecks and reduce the dependency on the high-risk suppliers. So, what could be the roadmap to 2035? So this can be implemented phase-wise. So the evolution of halal ecosystem requires a phased approach. So between now and 2035, the industry must establish foundational digital infrastructure, ensure that farms, factories, and logistics, they operate and they can collect and share reliable data. The next phase can involve scaling these systems across national and cross-border supply chains. Optimization comes next, and AI and digital twins enhancing predictive capabilities, operational efficiency is the key to these phases. And obviously, the final phase is that we aim for a fully regenerative halal economy where sustainability, circular practices, ethical resources use are seamlessly integrated with halal compliance and technological innovation. So this map obviously required long-term commitment, investments, and cross-sector collaboration. So finally, it is important that whatever industry advancements are being made using these AI and IoT technologies, these eventually be translated into certain policy reforms, which is currently lacking at the moment. So these are some of the implementation and policy standards that needs to be integrated, which are mentioned on this slide here. And at the last, I would like to conclude due to the scarcity of time. I want to emphasize that the future of halal is digital, transparent, and predictive, and sustainability driven. So the convergence of IoT and AI offer us an unprecedented opportunity to elevate halal assurance from a reactive manual process to a proactive, automated, and globally trusted ecosystem. Now, the call to action is clear. Let us work together to build a future where halal is synonymous with integrity, sustainability, and innovation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Rafia, for the informative information and very various use case. So my session only have 8 minutes and a half left before the lunch. So I will try to my best to finish everything in 8 minutes and a half. I will take you the journey of what we are doing in Thailand with Chulalongkorn University, the Halal Science Center on the agriculture, innovation, and the markets for the halal economy, how to merge between green and artificial intelligence. I will take the journey from the smart agriculture, innovation, green standards, and intelligence market. Actually, the technology scales impact, but the capacity of the human resource build the foundation. So we start with training the people. So since the 2023, 2025, 3 years already, we train more than 2,800 plus entrepreneurs, farmers, SMEs, marketers about what is the green halal and how the halal value chain impact the sustainability. Then from the human resource point of view, what is very important is the data from the farm that the farmers never seen the data. We turn the data from the farm into the knowledge system, which is the director, Dr. Hamida, just present to you what we did, the initiation. So we try to promote the installation of the sensors in the farm, like the Professor Rafia just presented. We promote that we should collect the data from the weather station. We collect the data from the soil, NPK, moisturizer, humidity from the soil, how much the water that they've been used in the farm to optimize the energy and also the water resources. How about the electricity in the farm? Okay, actually the farmers can install some sensors to collect the data from the energy. CCTV, why not? Now we can use the computer vision to detect what happened in the farm, like the bird, the cattle, or the dogs, the cat that come to the farm, or even the human, the intruder. And we also can give the feedback to the farms by controlling simple things like the light or the water pump, for example. And the most important is the AI that should be embedded in the farm. This cannot be done in the past, but we are doing now in our project. Yeah, what we can get, we can visualize what from that equipment, we can visualize the water resource, we can visualize the energy consumption, we can visualize the humidity in the farms, in the soil, for example. So why in the past we always using this kind of data, but what come to change the scenario is AI, the LLM, the ChatGPT, Gemini that I think of us and of you are using. So instead of trying to train the farmers to understand this data, that is very, very difficult. I know some of you that working with a lot of data is, overwhelmed. So AI helps the data speak to the farmer language. So instead of trying to train the farmers, we train the AI itself to talk to the farmers. So that is how the AI take part. So now the farm can talk back to the farmers. from that, the farm itself, which is the upstream of the value chain, then we look at the innovation that shift the product from the price-driven into the value-driven. So with the facility that we have, with the human resource, with the network that we at the Chulalongkorn University having, we try to improve the value of the product. So this is a simple use case. We have more than 100 use cases that we are doing with SMEs in Thailand. For example, this is one tea farm in Chiang Rai in the northern Thailand. Instead of selling the tea leaves, so we try to help them with a freeze dryer to make the tea cube. Like I'm sure that some of you love matcha, this kind of thing. Yeah, this kind of thing we can use, and it costs a lower logistic cost because it's lighter. Shelf life is much longer than 3 months, 6 months into 2 years, this kind of thing. So, and we can create the packaging-less product, so we don't have too much packaging in the product. We developed with some farms that turn their product into perishable product into the plant-based color, which is always 100% halal. From the flowers, from the bark itself, from the fruit like mango into the yellow color, from the butterpea fly into the blue color. So with the innovation. And some of the product like rosemary, ginger, which is good, very good for the hair. In traditional way, we are using that all the time, how we can extract the active ingredient and add value of the product by using the innovation. So this is just 3 examples of the innovation that we are currently doing. And I think this is very good when we integrated the sensor technology to increase the value of the product itself. I mean the farm product itself, but in the middle stream is the product development. Then from the product itself, we look at the halal and green economy that not only build the certification, but we look at the responsibility and the trust of the supply chain. So in the manufacturing, Professor is already talking about the digital twin and how we can incorporate the sensors, the physical equipment and the virtual equipment together. We have many use cases that we can integrate this kind of thing by using IoT sensors and the AI camera. And this is what we are looking forward in the future, how we can integrate the halal HALQ system with the green, with Dr. Anand is doing, and integrating the AI, and is the baseline to go to others, as the Trust Foundation, to go to GHP, HACCP, HACCP, Net Zero, or Halal certification in the future. So this, inshallah, this is what we are looking at, and that's why we are looking beyond the sustainabilities. Yeah. And finally, from the data that we have to the market insight, we turn from the data insight into the sales execution. So what we are trying to do, I think some of you are using AI for the marketing already, but many of marketers are now looking at the agentic AI. Instead of having the simple AI, we create the AI that represent human, and they can talk to each other. We can create the knowledge base of each person, talk to each other, like what you are seeing is the real knowledge graph of marketers. Try to sell the product into like WhatsApp without involving of the salesperson. So this is what we are doing, and what is the future of what Chulalongkorn University Halal Science Center is moving forward. So with the collaboration with hands in hand, I think this will not be very difficult to achieve, and I think what we are doing here in Thailand Halal Assembly will move for shift the trust of the halal and also move forward beyond the certification. So I did it. 0. Okay, 8 minutes and a half, really. So, okay, I will close our session now, and thank you very much for this session, and thank you very much for Professor Abdulaziz Guraz and Professor Rafia Mumtaz for this very nice session. Thank you.
Thank you very much for such an insightful and engaging discussion. This session has clearly highlighted how green Halal and artificial intelligence can work together to support a more sustainable, transparent, and future-ready Halal industry. And if you have further questions, you are welcome to approach our speakers after the session. Now, I kindly invite our speakers to remain on the stage for a moment as we will be presenting the certificates and taking a group photo shortly. And before we proceed to the next segment, I kindly ask all of you to scan a QR code on the screen or on the back of your name badge under the document section to evaluate the session we just had. Your feedback is valuable to us. Whether it was helpful, what additional information you would like, or any suggestion for improvement, this will assist the organizers in enhancing future events. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And next, I would like to take a moment to formally express our appreciation to the esteemed chairperson and speakers. Now, may I please invite Associate Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan, founder and advisor to the director, the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, to present the certificates of appreciation. And next, may I invite our distinguished speaker, Professor Dr. Abdulaziz Boraz, Professor, College of Engineering, Qatar University, Qatar, to receive the certificate of appreciation. A big round of applause, please. Thank you very much. And next, may I please invite Professor Rafia Mumtaz, Vice Chancellor, Khalsa University, Murray, Pakistan, to receive the certificate of appreciation. A big round of applause, please. Thank you very much. And lastly, may I now invite the chairperson who served as a speaker as well, Assistant Professor Dr. Paradon Suripong, Assistant Director, the Halal Science Center, Chulalongkorn University, to receive the certificate of appreciation. Thank you very much. And next, may I invite all of you to have a group photo session together. Ladies and gentlemen, as we take this photo, I would like to take a moment to reflect on this session as a whole. Today's discussion on green Halal and artificial intelligence has shown us that sustainability and innovation can move forward together in a meaningful way. The session has progressed very smoothly, and we have seen how knowledge from different perspectives can come together. Thank you very much. A big round of applause, please. Thank you very much to our distinguished chairperson and speakers. And also thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Vinay Dahlan, for presenting the certificates of appreciation. And that concludes our highly engaging sessions this morning. Next, we will have a lunch break and Dhuhri prayer, and we will reconvene here around 2 p.m. for our afternoon session. And of course, we have such an interesting lineup. Just a quick note that we still have session Green Science and Technology Driving Sustainable Innovation coming up, followed by 2 more representation sessions. You definitely won't want to miss it. And the prayer room is located on the 2nd floor, and the lunch area is on the 4th floor. You can collect your meal coupons at the registration desk. Please make sure you grab yours before heading to the dining area. During the break, we encourage all of you to visit the poster exhibition featuring works from EasyTech 2025 and take part in voting for your favorite poster at the LED screen. At this point, I, Sania Kakao, would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you. We will meet again here at 2 p.m. for the next session. Thank you very much and and see you shortly ขอบพระคุณทุกท่านขอบคุณค่ะ